In this video, we're gonna talk about 15 different side hustles that you could start doing to make money from your cell phone. Now, the reason I'm such a big fan of side hustles is because in a study with 233 self-made millionaires, they found that the most common trait was their ability to make multiple streams of income. They would start small and then add one new income stream at a time. Now, you guys really liked that ranking system that we did in the last side hustle video, so we're gonna do that again, where S tier is the very best and F tier is the lowest. So let's jump into it. For the first side hustle, it's being a consultant. Now, this can be for any specific skill or industry that you're in. Let's say you know Excel, then you could be an Excel consultant, teaching people how to make spreadsheets. Or if you know QuickBooks, that's another great one to teach. Or if you know Notion, which is a business management software, that's another really good one. And examples like this can go on and on. Now, I'd recommend that you go on Fiverr to list your service. And if you know what you're doing, you could easily charge $75 per hour. But keep in mind that Fiverr does take a 20% commission. I'm gonna give it a C tier because it takes a while to build up your profile with reviews and there's a lot of competition. Yeah, we're filming a YouTube video right now. Now, an alternative to being a consultant on Fiverr is being a coach on a platform called Stand With Me. And what's really cool about this website is creators are making anywhere from $1,000 a month all the way up to $40,000 per month. And the reason people are able to make that much is because there's a built-in calendar feature that lets your audience more easily schedule coaching calls with you. Now, keep in mind that Stan does take 5% from each sale, and after the free trial, it is $29 per month. I'm gonna give it a B tier because there's a lot less competition than with Fiverr, and it's more personal because the people scheduling with you already know you. The next side hustle is starting a microgreens business. And I've seen all over TikTok that you can make around $1,000 per week relatively easily. And microgreens are also known as sprouts, and they're basically the first growth of any plant. You can get everything you need for less than $100. You're gonna need seeds, you're also gonna need trays, you're also gonna need soil, you're also gonna need to buy grow lights unless you're next to a really well-lit window. And then once your setup is complete, you can start pretty much printing money.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds.
From my research, you can make about $20 per tray of microgreens, and it takes about 2 weeks before you can harvest. And what's really cool is that you can sell these microgreens either directly to businesses and restaurants, because restaurants use microgreens as garnish on top of different meals and like in sandwiches and salads. Or you can go direct to consumer and sell these microgreens at farmers markets or using direct messages on Instagram and Facebook. The downsides is you will need industry knowledge. You'll need to learn how to harvest and when to harvest, but once you figured all that out, it's a great side hustle. So I'm gonna rate this an A tier. The next side hustle is VIPKid.com. And on here, you could teach children from outside the US how to speak English. Now, the starting pay for this side hustle is $7.50 per class. And you could fit 2 classes in 1 hour. So your starting pay is $15 per hour. But there are some downsides. And the first is that the hiring process will take 2 to 3 weeks. So you're not gonna be able to make quick cash. The second downside is you're gonna need to have a TESOL certification, which is gonna take you about 11 hours to complete. And the third downside is the working times. You're gonna be working in the middle of the night or at 5 a.m., just depending on your time zone. VIP Kid will require you to have at least 2 years of teaching, coaching, or mentoring experience. I'm gonna give it a D tier. The pay isn't anything special. $15 an hour is pretty standard, and the onboarding process takes a while. This next side hustle is owning a specialized vending machine. So we're here at my local mall, and you can see that there's not only a Pokemon card vending machine, but there's a hair care vending machine too. And I also found a Bitcoin vending machine while I was there. Another example of a specialized vending machine is this crystal vending machine that I saw on TikTok. In my opinion, these unique vending machines are only gonna get more and more popular because everyone's heard of drink vending machines and snack vending machines, but how many times have you got a rock? It's fun, it's novel, people like that stuff. I'd recommend that you get number 1, a card reader. And that's so important because you can keep track of your sales directly from your phone or laptop. I also recommend that you get an inventory tracking software like Parlevel just to make management a lot easier. I'm gonna give it a B tier because there's a lot of equipment. You have to buy the vending machine, you have to transport the vending machine, you have to buy a card reader, and ideally you would wrap the machine with a specialized logo or design. But that doesn't mean it's not an incredible side hustle. The next side hustle is being a Pinterest account manager. And I think this is a really untapped market because most people, when they think of Pinterest, they think that it's an app from the past. But that's not true at all. Pinterest is still very active. So if you can learn the ins and outs of how to use Pinterest, specifically how to make pins, how to create ads, and how to drive organic traffic to a page, then you could start reaching out to businesses and offering this as a service.
Alright guys, thanks for joining us. I think you're both there.
Olive, hi, thanks for joining us. Mabel, you are connected, but you need to start your video. If you just nudge it with your nose, you should. There we are.
Now, on average, you could charge about $200 to $400 per month per account that you manage. And as far as what I would rate this, I'm gonna give it a C tier, only because I think it might be a hard pitch. But after you get your first client, and then you could use those results as a case study to show other businesses, then it's pretty smooth sailing from there. The next side hustle is being a cuddle buddy. And yes, you heard me correctly. All you do is go to people's houses and you cuddle with them. And you could charge anywhere from $40 to $80 per hour, plus tips.
Bruh.
And you can find people in your area that are looking for a cuddle buddy by going to cuddlecomfort.com. But I don't like the idea of this side hustle too much because I just think it could be an unpleasant experience. And for that reason, I'm gonna give it an F. I just think there's better ways to provide value to the marketplace. This next side hustle is selling on Etsy, but specifically selling digital products. And I actually got this idea from a friend. She made a downloadable guide on how to create a crochet steering wheel cover, and people loved it. And other examples of digital products you could sell on Etsy would be like wedding printables, printable planners, and any sort of instruction manual that you can think of. And while I was doing research, I found that some people will sell iPhone wallpapers as a digital download on Etsy. So a great idea I had is with the new iOS 16 update, they changed the wallpaper. Now there's a moving animated wallpaper. So if you can figure out how to make wallpapers that work with this new iOS 16, that's a totally untapped market. So I'm gonna rate Etsy digital products as an S tier. It's scalable, and the fact that there's no actual inventory, it's all digital downloads, is what really takes the cake for me.
And this is a cake.
The next side hustle is creating an affiliate marketing website and then running targeted Google ads. Now, Buildapreneur has a great video going into depth on how to do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and summarize. Basically, the way it works is you create a landing page comparing two different products, and this works better if they're high ticket products. So let's say you're comparing blenders or microphones, and on that landing page, you're gonna include a bunch of affiliate links. Now, the best place, in my opinion, to start with affiliate marketing is Amazon Associates. Target Affiliates is another great option, and the cool thing about Target is that the cookie drops in the customer's browser for 7 days, rather than with Amazon, the cookie only drops for 24 hours. Meaning that if the customer buys anything within 7 days after clicking your link, you'll get a commission. But then once your landing page is all built, you can run targeted Google ads. And once you have a Google ad that's performing well and sending lots of traffic to your affiliate website, you should be making passive income almost every single day. Now for the tier list, I'm gonna give this an A tier because it is scalable, but it's not easy to do. You're gonna have to learn to build a website with either Squarespace or WordPress. It's hard, but it's not impossible.
We have technology.
The next side hustle is Amazon KDP, which stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. And the great thing about the side hustle is it's totally free to start. There's no upfront charges. But keep in mind that Amazon will take 40% royalties from every sale that you make. But you're left with 60% royalties, which is still pretty good, especially considering that this is a passive business model. And the way it works is you just upload your file directly onto Amazon, and from there, they take care of everything else. The printing, the payment, the shipping. Now, if you're gonna do KDP, I recommend that you specialize in low content books. Think of journals or planners or to-do lists or calendars, coloring books, etc. And this is an example of a low content book. It's just a journal. These have the broadest appeal and they tend to sell better than regular written books, whether fiction or nonfiction. But that's not to say that traditional novels don't sell. So lean into your strength, whatever that might be. And to make books like this, you can use a free platform like Canva. Now, if you're okay with a paid option, then BookBolt or Canva Pro are gonna be your best choices. And the earnings potential from this side hustle is wild. This person made $25,000 profit last year. This person's making $3,000 per month. And then this person's making a couple $100s per month. So a little bit less. But hey, that's really good for a side hustle that's pretty much passive income. Now keep in mind, like any side hustle, this will take a while to build up. Most people on that Reddit thread said their first few books really didn't make them any money. And I'm gonna give it an S tier. I love how scalable this business is and how Amazon does all the work for you. This next side hustle is one of my favorites, and it's credit card churning. And basically all you have to do is sign up for a new credit card every 6 to 12 months, and the requirements are, number one, no annual fees, and number two, you want to have a sign-up bonus. And the best credit cards that I recommend and that I personally have are the Discover card, which right now is giving a $100 sign-up bonus, the Bank of America Cash Rewards card, which is giving a $200 sign-up bonus, the Chase Freedom Flex card, which is also giving a $200 sign-up bonus, and the Wells Fargo Active Cash card, which, you guessed it, is giving a $200 sign-up bonus. And as an honorable mention, I really like the Amazon Prime credit card because it gives you 5% cash back on all your Amazon and Whole Foods purchases, and there's a sign-up bonus. If you sign up around the holidays, it's usually $150, but if you sign up during the year, the bonus will be anywhere from $50 to $100. And I haven't even started credit card churning for travel points yet. There's so many people out there that will never have to pay for another flight or hotel in their entire life because they've racked up so many points from their credit cards. Now keep in mind, you don't want to sign up for too many credit cards too fast. You really want to wait 6 to 12 months because every time you sign up for a credit card, it temporarily decreases your credit score. But don't worry, because after a few months of paying off your credit card and not carrying a balance, then your credit score should recover. Also, this is not financial advice. This whole video is not financial advice. And make sure to always do your own research before you start any of these side hustles. So I'm going to rank credit card churning. I'm going to give it an S tier because everyone needs a credit card. You have to have a good credit score if you're ever going to buy property, if you're ever going to get a car loan, or even rent an apartment. And by opening new lines of credit and then using the credit cards responsibly, you'll be able to really build up your credit score. Now, a quick note is that if you're under the age of 18, something you could do is called credit piggybacking. And it's when you get on one of your parents or someone that you trust's credit card account. And that'll allow you to start building credit before you turn 18. Whereas the people that don't do this will need to start with a secured credit card. The next side hustle is being an Audible voice actor. Now, Audible is very exclusive. So before you apply to work with Audible, I recommend that you first go onto other websites like Fiverr, ACX.com, or Voices.com to get some experience first. When it comes to pay, the national average for voice actors is $37 per hour. But I expect it's even more if you're qualified and have relevant experience. Another thing is you have to have a good microphone, specifically the ones that make your voice sound really crispy. I'm gonna give it a B tier because you have to buy a microphone and you have to have experience, but there's also a lot of upward mobility in this career and there's a lot of demand. And once you're ready to apply to Audible, here's the steps on how to do that. I'm so pumped for this next side hustle, and it's creating rain videos on YouTube, or really any white noise videos. Now, this is a side hustle that's free to start, it is in demand, and it can be lucrative. If we go to one of the more popular rain video channels, and then we go to Social Blade to see relatively how much money they're making, it shows they're making about $40,000 per year simply for uploading rain videos. Now for the tier list, I'm gonna give rain videos a C tier because, oh my god, there's so much competition. But if you can use a tool like TubeBuddy to get really solid SEO and keywords, then you'll probably be able to grow your channel faster. This next side hustle is being a virtual assistant, but not just any virtual assistant with a website like Fiverr or Upwork or peopleperhour.com. No, this is with a website called Time. And examples of the work you're gonna be doing can range anywhere from typing to social media management and even schedule management. And the great thing about this side hustle is how flexible it is. Now, a big downside with this job is they want you to have 5 to 8 years of relevant work experience. So it's not a great fit for everyone. For the tier list, I'm gonna give it a D tier because the pay is pretty low, even for an at-home job. Now, an alternative side hustle for being a virtual assistant is being an at-home call taker. You could just look on regular Indeed or on Google Jobs and find at-home call taker positions. Now, the pay will mostly range from about $13 to $18. And for the tier list, I'm gonna give this one a D tier as well because it sounds a lot more monotonous, being on the phone all day.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
The next side hustle is being a real estate photographer. And there's two different options I'm talking about. The first is if you have a drone and you could take aerial footage, that's where the real money is. All you have to do is cold call or email about 1,000 different brokers and make sure to include examples so they can see your previous work. From there, you're gonna wanna start an LLC so you can write off your miles, your meals, your equipment. You're also gonna wanna make a portfolio of your best work and feature that on your social media and your website. And on that subject, you should probably have a website. And then the biggest secret is to consistently follow up with your leads. Now, here's a quick pricing example from San Diego to help you get an idea of what you can base your own prices on. But something I want you to notice is they charge about $100 extra for twilight photos. And one more thing to note is that this whole business model can be applied to Airbnb hosts. Now, if you don't have a drone, then all you need is your cell phone. And what you're gonna be doing is taking vertical style videos that are less than 60 seconds in length, because then real estate agents can feature that video on their own social media. You're basically creating a digital advertisement for these real estate agents, and hopefully it sells the house faster. For the tier list, I'm gonna give this an S tier because it's in demand. There will always be agents trying to sell homes, and you could charge a lot of money. And the last side hustle is being a YouTube Shorts editor. There's a lot of demand for editors that know how to make these videos, and you could charge anywhere from $30 all the way to $200 plus per video that you edit. Now, to get clients, the best option is gonna be Fiverr or Upwork. Or what you can do is become a permissionless apprentice, meaning you go to a YouTuber that you really like, you download their video, and let's say it's a long form video, you take a couple really good parts and you you edit them into shorts. And you wanna make sure that you add subtitles, you add some camera movements, you add sound effects, and just really make it a good short video. From there, you can email that YouTuber and say, hey, look what I made. And then offer to do their next video for free to see if they like your editing. But then say, after that, you're gonna start charging. So I'm gonna rate this an A tier. Now, as a thank you for sticking with me until the end, I have that bonus. And it's Snapchat Spotlight. Now, I've seen people make $70,000, $100,000, even more than that. This is Snapchat's way to try and compete with TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. And every day, the top creators on the platform get to split the prize pool. Now, I tried this side hustle last year, and I did garner about 300,000 views. But the problem is, those views weren't all from one video. They were from multiple videos. And in order to qualify for a payout, you need to have at least one viral video. I'm gonna give this an F tier. I think most people will agree the side hustles that have measurable progress are much better than ones that are just by luck and just by chance. Make sure to destroy the subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure to get all the free stuff down in the description. You can get $10 when you sign up for Ibotta, you can get $2 to $4 when you sign up for Fetch Rewards, and there's my Sweatcoin link, which is an app that pays you for walking, which is pretty cool. By the way, my name is Chris, and on this channel, we talk about side hustles and entrepreneurship. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. My cat took a bite out of my cactus. I don't know why. What does the cactus even taste like? It can't be good. Hey Alexa, play Lil Nas X.
Why do I know that my time coming up? Out of my mind, on my time ain't enough. Stayed on my grind many times, I was stuck. Had to wax the rail, rip a tray out like I'm young, cause I am in the scenes I got. Little more to give y'all than the people I'm not.